Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be finishing off episode 2 of Abigail because the video was way too long, so I had to cut it in half, and this is the other half. So we are going to be continuing where we left off from episode 2. So yeah. I'm very excited. Sorry if I don't sound excited because my parents are asleep and I have to be really quiet. So yeah. So I just clicked on Abigail. We're gonna finish it off. I think Abigail is a pretty good story so far. This series that I'm starting is not sponsored. So, officer, anyways, don't you think that this case is similar to the murder that took place in Houston, Texas last year? Detective, I was thinking that too. Detective, but that was Houston murder, has been arrested. But of course, it is possible that we are dealing with a copycat murder. Officer, I'm quite scared, to be honest, sir. Relax, Officer Ians. Get our team to contact the Texas Police Department and have some information regarding that case. Officer, yes, sir. Detective, one more thing, Evans. I need you to get Miss Andrews and Mr. Carter in ASAP. We need to do an interview, each one of them. You're suspecting one of them is behind this, sir? Everyone's a suspect, Evans, even Miss Landercran. That's the number one rule until we rule them out. Officer, yes, sir. One hour later. Abigail, I got a phone call from Miami PD earlier and found out that both Hayden and I need us to assist them in the investigation. I was kind of shocked that we are considered suspect in Jane's murder, but well, the police are only doing their job, so that's fine with us. Author's note: you will be playing as detective in these interrogation scenes. Detective: thank you for coming in this short notice, Miss Andrews. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience we might have caused. Regardless, not to worry, this season will be a quick one, I assure you. No problem, Detective. I perfectly understand. So, may I assist you? Detective, the coroner has found out that Miss Jane Watson died approximately in between 9:15 and 9:45 p.m. We don't have evidence that could help us determine who the killer is, and my team are searching the apartment once more. Noted that on that, sir. Okay, my question for you is, where were you in between 8 and 10 p.m. last night? I was with Claire at the bar Black Sheep restaurant. We were there from 7:30 p.m. and left close to 9. Claire was going to meet her boyfriend, so she didn't send me off. I told her I'd just take the taxi home. I waited like 20 minutes before I could finally get to the taxi. FYI, it's usually hard to get taxis here. Detective, you're right. Abigail, it's a 35-minute ride for me back to my place, by the way, as I live much further than Claire. I finally reached my place at about 10 p.m. Abigail, are there any other questions for me, Detective? Yes. Yes, I have other question. Okay, my question for you is, do you know if Miss Jane Watson has any enemies? Not that I know of, Detective, but to be honest, I don't think she has any enemies. Jane is a nice girl, bubbly and sweet, although she can be quite possessive of her friends. But that's just Jane herself. Do you by any chance ever dislike or hate on Miss Jane Austen before? What? No. Why would you even say that? Detective, I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, but that's our part of our routine interrogation question. Sorry, Detective, I understand. No, I don't hate or dislike her, even though she used to be my best friend and things have changed between us. I never hated her at all. Detective, I'm glad to hear that, Miss Andrews. Okay, I'm just gonna ask her one more question. Um, Detective, when was the last time you saw Miss Jane Watson in person? Yesterday after work. I thought the three of us were going to head to a restaurant together, but turned out that Jane didn't want to come along. She said she had to do something important to be done. Detective, was she behaving a little hostile or rude towards you? Yeah, a little. Abigail, Claire was a little frustrated with her, and to be honest, I was a little upset too. I mean, it would have been great if Jane could join us. Abigail, it's been a long since the three of us last went out together. And it all began after I got engaged to my fiance. Detective, I'm assuming that Jane got kind of affected by your engagement, Miss Andrews? Yeah, you could say that. She was happy, but more upset from what Claire told me. But Jane never once told me how she really felt. Jane and I used to be really close since we were in university. We were best friends, and Jane is a really great friend. Detective, C, noted on that. Detective, did Miss Watson say anything else to you before she left? Abigail, she called me an ungrateful person and someone who doesn't appreciate what I have. Detective, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Abigail, she should have just come with us last night, and all this might not have happened to her. Detective, I'm really sorry for your loss, Miss Andrews. Abigail, thank you, Detective. Detective, according to Miss Langerhan, you had a dream about Jane? Yes, sir, I did. She was dying in my dream, and the creepy thing was she had the same clothes on, and she died in the same way as how I dreamt it. That's kind of absurd, but interesting too, I must say. Honestly, it wasn't interesting at all. You might think I'm just mad. Detective, no, Miss Andrews. Some people are gifted with that ability, and you're probably one of them. No, I think we're done here. Thank you once again for all your time. That will be all. Abigail, I'm glad to be of help, Detective. Have a good day. Detective, good day to you, Miss Andrews. Detective, Mr. Hayden Carter, thank you so much for joining us today. This surely came in very last minute, and I didn't know that you're going to Houston today. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience that we might have caused. Don't worry about it, sir. How may I be a help for today? Detective, as I have informed Miss Andrews earlier, the victim died approximately in between 9:15 and 9:45 p.m. last night. It is of course my principle to suspect everyone until I rule them out. I really hope that you understand that. Hayden, perfectly, sir. Okay, my question for you is, where were you in between 8 and 10 p.m. last night? I was at work until 8:50 p.m., sir. Since Abigail was out with Claire for dinner, I had to go by my own. So I dropped by Parkline Avenue to buy some food, and then I left for home. It was at 9:25 p.m. when I left Park Lane Avenue and reached home 15 minutes later. He was at Park Lane Avenue last night, somewhere around the time of the murder. Did you happen to pay a visit at the victim's house? The victim house? No, I didn't. Besides, I've got no business there. The restaurant is actually located on the other side of the street. It's about 400 metres away from Jane and Claire's apartment. Okay, he has an alibi. When was the last time you saw Mrs. Jane Watson in person? Hayden, about 2 weeks ago, sir. To be honest, I don't really see her that often. I don't know that she doesn't like me a lot. I won't be surprised if she hates me or has a grudge against me neither. And why do you think so? Aiden, once I have overheard a conversation in between Claire and Abigail about this accident. My fiance was telling Claire she knew about Jane not liking the fact that she and I are engaged. I found out that Jane thinks that Abigail has neglected their friendship after she's with me. Jane also labeled me as a friendship destroyer for the sour friendship in between her and my fiance. Detective, all right, there's a probable motive here. Hayden, wait, hold on. I just got asked one more question. Detective, do you know if Miss Jane Watson has any enemies? No, sir. I'm not close to her. I barely know her. I'm afraid I can't help much with this question. No, that's all, Mr. Carter. Thanks once again for your time. Hayden, pleasure is all mine. Thank you. Detective, have a nice day, Mr. Carter. End of chapter 2. To be continued. So, thank you guys for sticking until the second episode. I will be reading the next episode and in the next in my next video. So I love you guys so much, and Bye.